Greetings, my loves, and welcome back to my channel, HADAR, the Love Beacon Restored. I am Love Loyal, and today I wanted to discuss what love is. Reveal part 1, 2, and 3 are now available, and for the newcomers, you all can take a look at that video and learn about the steps that we went over to help us become fully restored. As you all know, Reveal is the beginning part of the love spiritual journey with HADAR. And I felt that Reveal was important to start with because it'll start to get us to focus on some of the things that have happened to us in our past and some of those things that we still keep holding on to that are preventing us from being 100% fully restored. So that's what this is all about, as you all know. So I wanted to do the reveal part of it first because before we can really talk about what love is, we have to find out what's absent, what's missing in people's life. You know, because for me, I did come from a loving family and I did receive a lot of love in my home. However, there were still certain pockets of pain that I did experience. Thus, me growing up with those pockets of pain that I experienced when I was a child, there needed to be some resolution for it. There needed to be some restitution. I needed to figure out what those things were in my life so that I could be a better person. Not only for myself, but so I could be a better lover to my partner, so I can be hopefully an awesome mom one day, so I can be a better citizen, and so I can create a life that is enriched with love. And that all starts with me. So now that we kind of got all of those things, those items up from Reveals part 1, 2, and 3, we can start talking about what love is and what love isn't. Because there's a lot of people out here who really do not understand what love is. So let's just go ahead and get right on into it. I took some time out because, as you all know, you can get so much information online. But let's get the formal definition of what love is, and let's get it from a couple of sources. And feel free to just put your comments about what you think love is on this video. So I took time out to take the approach biblically, and in 1 Corinthians 13:4, 5, 6, 7, 8, this is from an English Standard Bible. Again, please feel free to use your own Bible to read about what love is. Love is patient and kind. Love does not envy or boast. Love is not arrogant or rude. It doesn't insist on its own way. It is not irritable or resentful. It does not rejoice at wrongdoing, but rejoices in truth. Love bears all things, believes all things, hopes all things, endures all things. Love never ends. Now, I have this Google definition of what love is. Love, part 1 here says that love is an intense feeling of deep affection. Okay. And then you have part 2 of that, to love a person, a thing, that one loves. And then the verb is to feel a deep romantic or sexual attachment to someone. And some of the synonyms that I found were adore, idolize, and worship. So let's go back to what love is not. So again, these are all words on a paper. You can Google it. You can look it up in your Bible. You can go through any other, dictionaries or what have you. But the general principle is love is unconditional. Love doesn't have any conditions. Yet, there's a ton of people placing conditions on the people that they say they love. However, the thing is, to really fully love someone else, as you all know, and you've heard so many times, I've heard so many times, you need to fully love yourself first. That's the importance of going over the reveal segment of this journey and really getting in tune with what's really bothering you. So, that's the goal. The goal is to become fully restored, confident, loving yourself completely. Now, to love yourself, you don't pick out certain things that you love about yourself and certain things you don't love about yourself, because as soon as you start finding flaws in yourself, you're off the track. You need to get back on track. So, I'm just going to tell you, when I was a child, I got teased a lot. I got teased a lot for my big forehead. I got teased because I was so small and I just had these large full features. So as I grew up, I started to dislike these features, which was a part of me, and I was made this way, but I started to really dislike these features, so much so that I would watch videos when I was a little girl, and I would ask my mom, like, will I be pretty like them? Will I look like them one day? Will men want me if I look like this one day? Well, those jokes that people, made to me when I was little, and, being teased from family members and stuff like that, those little things can really scar a child, even though it may come from a joking and loving place. As a child, it's kind of hard to discern how people feel about you, whether or not it's a joke or not. As a child, you're still learning and you're still trying to discern if you should take something personally or not. So it's really important for people to watch what they say to children, because you can grow up with this feeling. But nonetheless, that caused some pain for me, because as I would grow up, I would always be constantly comparing myself to other people, because I started to dislike a part of me. I got called bubble lips, 8 head, because I had a big forehead, and pretzel ears, because my ears were so tiny. They used to say, like, oh, can you hear? And it did bother me. So that's a small thing that bothered me that I was able to heal, But before I could even address that, I had to accept myself, And accepting yourself is what love is. When you love yourselves, you have to appreciate the fact that, yeah, I have a big forehead. Yeah, I'm small. Yeah, I'm weird. You know what I mean? But this is who I am. And I'm proud to be who I am. And I love myself just the way I am. Now, it took some time. It took high school, going through college. I developed tough skin at an early age, because I realized early and at an early age, coming from such a large family, that if I was to cry or get irritated over every little thing that someone else said, then I would not make it in this world. I would not be successful in this life. So I've learned to take certain things with a grain of salt, while learning how to appreciate and love myself, regardless if someone else loves it or not. So that's a small example of how you can be targeted when you're a child about some features on your physical body, and you can grow up to dislike that self, that part of yourself. And when it comes time to having that exchange with your lover, there could be some struggle with that. For example, your man may compliment you. Yo, baby, you look beautiful tonight. Or I love it when you do this and that. Well, now you can't even receive the compliment because you don't love that part of yourself. And it's hard for you to really imagine how someone else could love that part of yourself, because when you were young, it was not something that everybody loved about you. So therefore, in your mind, you made up like, oh, well, why? He likes this? Like, it's almost like to your mate, you're in disbelief and you start to say, are they lying to me? You create this all because of something that somebody told you when you were young. Okay? That's why it's important to fully love yourself. And fully loving yourself means being honest with some of those painful moments. There were a lot of things that I did in my youth, in my childhood, that I don't regret. But I did learn from. And I had to take accountability for the things that I did in my life and correct it as an adult. That's what this is for. Loving yourself is correcting yourself, fixing your flaws, acknowledging that you have them. There are a ton of people in this world who have the biggest ego ever, so much so that they don't feel like they could ever do anything wrong. I know some people who do not even apologize. And quite frankly, that's just because they're not aware, and their arrogance has reached such a level that their love is severely lacking. Their compassion is gone. They have no empathy or sympathy for anyone else because they only see themselves in a certain type of way. And anybody trying to reach out and tell them otherwise is just going to be a difficult challenge. So I'm not going to go too far into it. I do want you all to understand that this is a process that doesn't take 15 minutes or a month. This is a process that you work at every single day of your life. And to love yourself is the most important thing on the planet, because when you do cultivate that love for yourself, and when you love your big forehead and your bubblicious lips and your ears or whatever else, then you're going to start to make progress. Your life is going to start to change. You're going to attract more people into your life when you start loving you. And they're going to love you more than you even love yourself, because they're going to see, wow, he or she really loves themselves. They're really a good person. They're really taking that time out to get inside their spirit and get all of that negative stuff out and to become a better person. So please like, subscribe, comment, share all of my videos with anyone that you like, so that we can help raise the self-love vibration, therefore raising the vibration of the planet and healing as much souls in the process. I thank you all so much for tuning into my video. I am so excited, as always, to be a part of such an awesome project and help you all. And in turn, you guys help me too. Thank you so much for checking out my videos. Have a good night.